All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to push back a little on our culture of, noise and notoriety. We're going to explore a completely different definition of success, one that's all about quiet faithfulness instead of public fame.
I mean, this question, it really hits home, doesn't it? We're living in this constant attention economy, always kind of measuring our worth by the metrics. But what if? What if there's a totally different way to measure a life of real impact? And this slide just lays out the tension so clearly. On one side, you've got the world's currency, right? Virality, validation, getting that big ovation. But on the other side, it's a completely different value system, what the source material calls an upside-down kingdom. It's built on things like obedience, humility, and service. It's like two totally different economies of what matters. So let's unpack that pressure for a minute. In this age of metrics, we're just surrounded by this drive to be seen, to build a platform, to make our mark in a way that the world can literally count. Likes, shares, followers, that's the scorecard we're all handed. But here's the alternative that the source material lays out. It suggests there's this radically different economy from measuring influence, from measuring importance, and it has absolutely nothing to do with how many followers you have. And that brings us to the core idea, a concept the source calls the honor of hiddenness. It's this paradigm shift that suggests some of the most world-changing impact actually happens far, far away from any spotlight. You know, what's so interesting is this ancient description of the Messiah from Isaiah. It paints this picture of world-changing power that doesn't need to shout to be heard. It's impact without all the noise, transformation without the theatrics. It's a strength so gentle it wouldn't even break a bruised reed. And this whole idea is rooted in what's called the upside-down kingdom. It's a realm that just flips the world's power structures on their head. It's a place where greatness isn't about being served, but about serving, and where leadership is defined by how humble you are, not how visible you are. And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. The source provides these incredible stories of silent servants, these hidden heroes who made a massive, massive impact without any of the fame. Okay, first up, Obadiah. So during this time of intense persecution, he secretly risks his own life to hide and feed 100 prophets. His actions were in total secret, but think about it. He preserved the very voice of God for an entire nation. Then you've got Anna. Her assignment wasn't some big public platform. It was quiet faithfulness for decades in one place, the temple. But because of that hidden devotion, she was one of the very first people to recognize and announce the Messiah. And what about Joseph of Arimathea? He was a disciple, but in secret. Yet at the moment of the greatest crisis, when all the famous, well-known followers had scattered, he's the one who bravely steps out of the shadows to give Jesus a proper burial. And finally, Ananias. I mean, can you imagine getting this assignment? He's told to go pray for the one guy who's hunting and killing his friends. It was a terrifying, hidden command, but in obeying it, he unlocked the ministry of the Apostle Paul who, went on to change the world. Now, these stories are so powerful, but they also shine a light on a really modern danger that kind of drives this whole desire for fame in the first place, and that's the trap of comparison. So the source uses this metaphor of a body to explain it. Just like a body needs eyes and hands and feet, a movement needs people in all these different roles. Not everyone is called to be on the stage. Some are called to pray in secret rooms, or to disciple just one person, or to serve in all the places that nobody ever sees. And this quote just drives the point home. The parts of the body that might seem weaker or less significant, they're described as being absolutely necessary. That means there is real honor and purpose in every single role, especially the ones the world might overlook. So here's the crucial point. The instruction isn't to look at what someone else is doing and start comparing. It's to focus on proving your own work. The whole goal is to find joy in the unique assignment you've been given, not in how it stacks up against somebody else's. And this all builds to this really powerful, personal call to action. Instead of playing the comparison game, we're just called to run our own unique race. This verse from Hebrews is so key. Just notice the specific wording. The race that is set before us. It's not about running someone else's race or the race you wish you had. It's about patiently and faithfully running the specific course that was marked out just for you. So practically, what does that look like? Well, it kind of boils down to 4 key things. First, prove your own work. Focus on what's in front of you. Second, run your race with patience. Third, do it all heartily, with real passion and excellence. And finally,
never forget who your ultimate audience is. And when you get this, it leads to such a powerful mindset shift. An assignment that's invisible, a task away from the spotlight, it's not a lesser calling. It is invaluable. Its worth doesn't come from being seen, but from its intentional, God-given purpose. Ultimately, it just all comes down to this simple but really profound truth. In the economy of this upside-down kingdom, faithful will always, always be better than famous. Obedience is always going to matter more than applause. And so, we're going to end by turning that question back to you. It's not about the race you see everyone else running on your social media feed. It's about the one that's been uniquely marked out for you. So what is the race set before you?